Okay, we're here at the Pi Live studio. I'm here with Henry. Do you want to just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about what you do?
Hello, my name's Henry Tolley. I'm the Global Sales Director at Language Cert. I've been in the ELT industry now for practically over 30 years, but always enjoy coming to Pi, and it's great to have the opportunity to speak to you about what we're going to be doing this year.
Brilliant. So, what are some of main trends that you're seeing in your part of the sector? Any challenges? Any things that you guys are particularly doing at this point in time that you think is kind of interest to an audience, I guess?
Well, I mean, you can see the changes going on in the big four destinations: US, Canada, UK, Australia, and there is a interest. I've just come off sharing a panel discussion in India a month ago, and it was interesting there. There's a nervousness that where are people going to go? 2019, there were 850,000 students going abroad just to the big four out of 1 million students going from India, so it was 85% of the market, but they know by 2025 there's going to be 2 million. And those 2 million are not going to fit into where the 850,000 went, so where are they going to go? And that was one of the big debating subjects, so I think it's going to be interesting to see where that next group of up-and-coming middle class are going and where they're going to be enjoying their studies, because they talked a little bit about going to the Middle East, going to Dubai, going to some African countries, going to European countries. Germany, France are appealing strongly now for English language students to study English language taught programs in those countries. But again, you can do that now in a variety of countries. You haven't got to go to an English speaking country to follow a program in English language. And that's I think one of the major changes we're starting to see. China pushing in for 500,000 students to be taught in English in China. It's a huge change in competition to Canada, USA, etc. And where else can they go? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next 5-10 years as the population of overseas students grows. Where do they go? And I don't claim to have all the answers, but it's interesting to be a fly on the wall and watch what the changes are.
Okay, and in terms of what you guys are doing at Language Cert, I mean, how are you positioning yourself? What's your strategy, I guess, at this point?
Well, good question. I mean, obviously, you follow the money. So if people are going to other countries outside the Big Four, then obviously you're getting recognition so that your English language exam can be used to be, an entry requirement in those other countries. So the spread is already over 200 countries we deliver exams in. So the coverage is there. Is then how do you maintain that recognition and knowledge up front and get the strong listening? Because people know certain English language tests already, and I don't need to name them. Breaking into that market, I mean, Chrysler managed it with cars being part of the big three when there was only really General Motors and Ford. So already we're in the big four because we're only one of the four rest of the world and UK recognised visa requirements. Is how you continue growing that and getting the name recognition attached to it and start to dig into some of that other market from the Fords and the General Motors of the testing industry.
Lovely, thank you so much. It's really fascinating, really fascinating. Thank you.